So I went thrifting at Savers and Goodwill for items to resell online for a profit. So since I was at the regular thrift store and not the Goodwill bins, I was pretty selective with what I picked up just because I was paying thrift store prices, and so I just wanted to, you know, think through things and make sure that I was picking up items that are going to sell. So I'll kind of talk through that as I go through, but yeah, I'm excited to film again. It's been a while and there's really no good reason. I just have not been filming. So sorry, but here I am again. So I'll share with you guys what I ended up grabbing at the thrift stores to resell. Here we go. First up is this pair of BDG men's jeans. So these, I actually found them in the women's section when I was flipping through the jeans at Goodwill. I figured since they're in really good condition and they were the color of the week at Goodwill, so it was half off. So instead of being like $5.99, they ended up being $3. So I figured it was worth the pickup. They're in really good condition. And I'll probably list these jeans right around $30. This next one is the only other item I got at Goodwill. Then the rest are from Savers. So this is a Free People spaghetti strap midi length slip dress. And the Free People brand like metal logo that's usually right here either fell off or was cut off or something, so I actually only recognized it because of this size tag, but I figured it would still be worth picking it up, and I recognized it as Free People, so hopefully I'll be able to find the exact style name of this. And this style of dress seems to be pretty in right now, these slip dresses. Like I could definitely see this being worn with some square toe sandals or something like that, square toe heels, for more of a Y2K kind of a look. So I'll probably use like Y2K and things like that in my title and in my listing. All right, then moving on to everything else that I got, which is from Savers. So this is a pair of Patagonia women's high-rise shorts. Patagonia is usually a pretty safe pickup, so I was happy to grab these, and I spent a little over $5 for these. I can't remember the exact price, but they were 7 something and I had a 20% off coupon at Savers. So they ended up being 5 something and should be a good flip. I don't know exactly what all I'll say to describe these. Definitely high rise. I don't know if I would say cargo shorts. I guess cargo is usually when there's a bunch of pockets. I'm not sure, but they're that kind of material where it's not, you know, denim, but it's similar. I guess it is denim, but it's just a colored denim. I don't know. So anyways, not sure what I'm going to list these at yet, but I assume they will be a pretty quick flip since Patagonia typically sells pretty quickly in my experience. Then I got this pair of Sam Edelman sandals. These were just in very good condition, and I thought this is a pretty on-trend kind of a style. This kind of cagier looking style is pretty in right now as far as sandals and footwear goes, so I thought this was a good item to pick up. And they're a size 5.5, which I actually hesitated to grab them because that is a pretty small size. I have a better time selling bigger sizes when it comes to shoes than smaller sizes. Sometimes size 5 or 5.5 can sit for quite a while, so that could be the case for these, but I'm hoping that they do move pretty quickly since they are more of an on-trend style. But yeah, I would have liked for them to have been a little bit bigger of a size if possible, but hopefully that doesn't prevent them from selling or keep them from selling for a while. Next one is another Y2K kind of a piece, and it's a Tommy Hilfiger denim mini skirt. It was actually made or produced or released, however you want to call it, in April of 2002. So it's a true vintage Y2K item, and I can't remember where I saw this recently, but someone was saying like, how is the early 2000s vintage? That's not that long ago. It's not vintage, but from my understanding, vintage just means that is the time period it was actually produced and made. So an item from the 70s is vintage, you know, from the 70s or from the 90s or whatever. But then if it's retro, then that is kind of a recreation of that style. So something that would be made today that, you know, mimics kind of a 70s or 80s style would be retro, because it's not actually from the 70s or 80s, but it's inspired by that time period, if that makes sense. So even though the early 2000s is not that long ago, I mean, it was 20 years ago now, so that's kind of a while, but Even though it's not that long ago, it's still considered vintage from my understanding. Let me know if you disagree with that. But so I will definitely use the word vintage when describing this skirt, and hopefully it sells pretty quickly. I don't think I'll make much for it, but hopefully it's a pretty quick flip, and I would guess this will sell probably around $30, 25 to 30 or so. All right, this next one I thrifted because it's a good style of jeans, but also because I want to try them on because they are my size. And they are petite, which I'm pretty short, so anytime I find a jeans in my size that are actually petite, that I don't have to roll the bottoms, it's a really good day. So I still need to wash these and try them on, but it's a pair of Madewell, the Perfect Vintage jean. So they're high rise with a little bit of whiskering and a tapered leg, and then a frayed raw hem at the bottom with a zip fly right here. So these I really thrifted with the intention to hopefully keep them, but if they don't fit me, then I will flip them, because this is a really good style to be on the lookout for, the curvy Perfect Vintage jean. Or no, these are just the Perfect Vintage jean, not the curvy Perfect Vintage jean, but still the curvy vintage jean. It sells pretty well from Madewell. It's a good high-rise, current, you know, on-trend style. So if they don't fit, then I'll sell them. If they do fit, then I'll keep them. So that's the plan for these. But if I do end up flipping these, I would probably list them right around $40 to $50, and then, you know, hope to sell them right around that $40 mark. So I'd probably list them at $50 and then expect to get right around $40. All right, next up is this Coach bag, and I can pretty much always count on finding a Coach bag at Savers. It's kind of just the way it is. I don't know, that's the one thrift store I always find a Coach bag at Savers, so this time was no different. I found this Coach logo filled Signature C shoulder tote bag, and it's pretty clean overall. The interior is in pretty nice and clean condition. There's a little bit of wear throughout, but overall I'm happy with this condition. And I think I spent, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, and I don't have my computer, but I'm pretty sure this was around $14.99, and then I had a 20% off, so maybe like $11 or so I think I spent for this. And then I would expect it to sell somewhere between 40 and 60, somewhere in that range. It might be closer to 40, could be closer to 50 or 60, so not really sure. I haven't listed a Coach bag actually in a while, so not totally sure. Need to do a little bit of research, but typically Coach bags do pretty well, so I thought it was a pretty safe pickup. And sometimes the thrift store prices Coach bags closer to like $25 to $30, so I was happy that it was priced reasonably, I thought, and I should be able to make a good profit for this when it does sell. Next up is this pair of Lilly Pulitzer shorts. They've got this kind of elephant print on them, really pretty royal blue with this gold button detail. These are size 2, and they are called the Jane stretch short. So Lilly Pulitzer, I have had very good luck with their shorts. I just sold a pair recently for $40, and I sold a dress not too long ago, or maybe I have a dress listed actually. I don't think it's sold yet, but Lilly Pulitzer can do pretty well, and they're known for these very bright, colorful, nice quality pieces. These feel really nice. And I'll probably list them at $50 and expect to get right around $40 for these. This next brand, I actually have only sold it one time, but it sold very quickly last time I sold it, so I've been on the lookout for it since that one time. But it's this pair of Viore swim shorts, and they are a men's. I don't know what size because the size was kind of worn out on this tag, but I'll just have to give an approximate measurement on these. And the last time I sold a pair of Viore swim shorts, they sold for $25, and they sold very quickly. So I'm hoping these sell pretty quick as well for right around that same price point. They're in good condition, and this brand, it does pretty well. So if you find it and it doesn't cost a ton, look it up and potentially grab it, because it can definitely move quickly. All right, and then another purse. I ended up getting this Dooney and Burke shoulder tote bag at Savers. It's got this front buckle, and then it says Dooney and Burke on the front with some logo filled details throughout. This one didn't have the metal duck fob, which I was hoping it did, but it does have the other signifiers that it's real Dooney and Burke. It's got a serial number and the logo right there. But yeah, this is a really nice quality bag, and Dooney and Burke is a great brand to be on the lookout for, especially their older purses, more vintage items. This is a canvas and a leather purse, so should do pretty well. I need to check comps a little more. I did pay up a little bit for this. It was, I believe, $24.99, and then I had that 20% off, so it was $19.99. So if I can sell it for at least $50 to $60, that'll be worth it. But Dooney and Burke, it's a brand that I've only sold a few times, and it's got 100% sell-through rate for me, so I figured it would be worth grabbing, and I'm hoping it sells for a decent amount, because I did pay up a little bit for it. It's not the most on-trend style ever right now, so I'm not totally sure, but I'm hoping that I'm hoping it ends up being a good flip, but I'll let you guys know. Alright, and then lastly, this next item I was really happy to find, because I feel like they are the most on-trend item that I can think of right now. And if you can think of a more on-trend item, leave it in the comments, please, because I am seeing these absolutely everywhere, and I'm not gonna lie, I want to get a pair, but this is a pair of Converse platform low-top sneakers in a size 7.5, and they are in such good condition. They look maybe worn once or twice, if that. They look barely worn at all. They do have the price at the bottoms here, and then on the inside, I don't know if you can see, but they sure marked that price 4 times, so I'm going to have to probably use like some alcohol wipes and stuff like that to get the Sharpie off of these, but otherwise they are in such good condition, and these brand new go for $70, so I'll probably end up listing these right around $50 and then hope to get in that $40 to $50 range for these. But I was just so excited to find them, and they were priced at $18.99, so with my 20% off they were like 15 something. So if I can sell them for at least 40 to 50, that will be worth the pickup. But I was so excited just to see these, because I mean, everyone's wearing these right now, right? Or is it just me? I don't know. Let me know if everyone's wearing these or if I'm making that up, but I feel like I'm seeing them absolutely everywhere. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Hope you have a really good rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video.